The fundamental currency in life is energy. Without it, nothing happens. It is the #1 gift that you have to give. In fact, it is the currency of business. Nothing happens without energy. So you want to think about, what are the things that I do to consume my energy? And then what are the things that take it away? And one of the biggest mistakes that we often make is that our body, our very vessel for doing our work, we view it as an afterthought. Like taking care of ourselves is decadent, or something that we get to do once in a while or on our birthday, right? But taking care of yourself, I mean, this is all you have, especially in human resources. We are human resources, right? This is your product. How can we maximize the resources that we've got available in the room? Let's compare ourselves to world-class athletes. This work comes from the Human Performance Institute. They coined the phrase corporate athlete, and they produced this chart comparison that I want to share with you. I think it's very interesting to view ourselves as an athlete, because how many of you would say right now you already are an athlete? How many of you are athletes out there? All right, the truth is you're all athletes. You're all athletes, you're corporate athletes. And let me show you how impressed you should be with yourself. Training. World-class athletes spend 90% of their time training and 10% executing, versus corporate athletes who spend 90% of their time executing and 10% at best training. So comparatively, we outdo any world-class athlete that you've ever known. Is life a sprint or a marathon? See, many of us are taught to believe that life is a marathon. In fact, that's a saying, isn't it? Life is a marathon. The reason why sprinters can be so focused is because they can see the finish line. They only have to run 200 meters to get to the end, versus a marathon runner, they don't see the end for 26 miles. We're talking your career. Think about your career. If you're like, oh my gosh, well, I only have to endure this for like another, I don't know, 20 years until I can retire. What kind of a goal is that? If I'm going to be a corporate athlete, which you are, and I'm prepared to win, then I've got to start looking at my life as a series of sprints. And I like to look at this as a 5-degree shift, because I think if we look at any of these changes as this gargantuan, outrageous, 180-degree, change your whole life kind of a shift, then we're going to avoid it. We're not going to want to do it. It'll be too much work. We'll put it off. It'll be procrastinated until it never happens. A 5-degree shift looks like taking time to chill out and watch some of the great programs that you've produced. Turn your BlackBerry off. When we're building a new habit, it feels like too weak to really make a difference. But when we're consistent about it, and every day we do the same thing all the time, like a well-oiled machine, then it just becomes the way that we live our lives. You may be so on your path to getting all your stuff done and managing your time and back-burnering all the things that you know you need to do in pursuit of what? Because without this, you have nothing. Without energy, you have nothing. You are useless. And the only person who can fill that well is you.